All right, everyone, welcome to another edition of the Zero Hour Squared Classics. We've got a really cool one for you. And thanks to the great technology and especially the use of it over the course of this last year in the pandemic, 2020 and 2021, Zoom has made it possible for us to do an interview with these young men from Sweden. They are in their homeland in Sweden right now, and I'm talking about a I don't know if a brand new band, but a relatively new band artist from Sweden, as I mentioned, called Syrgas. Very cool band that I discovered on a local label called Blownout Media. Blownout Media hails from Tijeras, New Mexico, and it is owned and operated by a good longtime friend of mine, Jesse Morell. He can't join us today, but hopefully we'll talk to him. And he's been collecting and finding a number of awesome artists all across the world, and Syrgas is one of them. That I found one of their cassettes at the old record store that we were running called Arise Music and Coffee, and ever since then have been enamored by this band. Joining us again from Sweden is Syrgas, and I'm going to ask each member to give me their name and what they play in the band, starting with the gentleman in the black jersey.
Hi, I'm Jason. I play bass and sing in Syrgas, or do backup vocals. Both, I guess.
Okay.
I'm the newest one.
I'm Peter. I'm the D-beater. That's it.
Okay.
My name is Freddy, and I play guitar and sing in Syrgas.
All right. First and foremost, how are you all doing right now? Especially going with this crazy last year that we've had. How have you been going through all with what's happening with the pandemic worldwide?
It's very boring. It's boring because we can't play out. But if we see it the positive way, we can go in the studio and play in some songs. And for me, it's like that. And I feel it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, not playing any shows. Nobody's, here in the United States, most places in this country have been under lockdown, and there hasn't been an opportunity for people to play live shows. So is it like that in Sweden? There's pretty much a lot of restrictions?
Yes, there are no live shows at all.
Yeah.
At the moment.
We don't really have a lockdown, but yeah, no live shows really. And they started changing the hours for the bars and stuff, so the quality time being outside is not really the same.
Right. So I'm guessing you just rehearse most of the time, just rehearse.
Yeah, we've been focusing on new songs since I joined, like talking about recording some new stuff and try different things. I think like adding neo vocals to doing some more, I guess, classical hardcore stuff.
Right.
Mixed with käng, but I don't know. We'll see. We're experimenting right now, so we're trying to make this an opportunity instead of a waste. But it sucks not being able to play live shows too.
Yeah,
of course.
But it's gonna kick ass when you listen to it.
Absolutely. Tell us the history of Syrgas. How did you guys get together? How long have you been together?
I'm gonna take this. I met Freddy on a meeting for work. I don't know what they call it. The people who are unemployed. And I met Freddy, and I had a New Roses t-shirt on me. And he said to me, "Do you like New Roses?" "Yes, I'm a music fanatic," I said, "and I play drums." And then it get maybe 1 year, and I sent some stuff to him, like I played grindcore with a person named Kenny, and Freddie said it's really sounding good and tight. So I asked him if he want to play with us, and but not grindcore. We want to do käng metal or crust metal. what do they call it? And that's the history of it. And we played it. We did 5 songs and we played in a studio here. And we laid out on Bandcamp, I think. And then Jesse wanted us to, if he could do some cassettes on us. And
Okay.
that's the story. Yeah.
So you've been together, what, about a year, 2?
No, 1.5 years, maybe.
That's it?
Or 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's 2 years now.
Before I ask you how you got connected and how you joined up with Jesse at Blownout Media, I want you to describe what it is you play. Now, we're going to have some clips of what you play so we can give and demonstrate to our viewers what Syrgas does. But you mentioned, Peter, that you play D-beat, and that's an extreme style, but it's also a crossover of metal and hardcore and crust. But describe to us what you feel your sound primarily is.
D-beat. I play Swedish D-beat. It's a little different. It's a very different. You can play D-beat on another. It is the Swedish D-beat. It's like Anti-C-Mix did it, and you can hear it on the Discharge. In some songs there, they play D-beat, but much slower. But I don't play D-beat all the time, right? I have to do something to slow it down and stuff. But it's that I like it. I love D-beat. It's filling my heart.
Now, when I hear your opening riffs, right off the bat, it reminds me of early Slayer, like around Rain and Blood, maybe a little bit before that. But then it goes into a kind of fury and just a chaotic style full of a lot of energy, and it's relentless. You guys just push it. I mean, you guys don't play any ballads. You guys aren't a soft band at all.
No, we're never going to do a soft song.
You never?
No love songs. No love songs for Syrgas.
If Syrgas does a love song, then we lay down.
And I want to get all of you guys on this. You mentioned Discharge as being one of the bands that highly influences Syrgas. What are some other groups that you guys listen to worldwide all the time that really influence what you all do?
We start with it.
Start with Bradley.
Yeah.
Since I'm the newest one.
Ja, fan. We are very inspired by the Swedish band called Wolf Brigade. I think we all listen to Wolf Brigade. And Motorhead, of course, and everything fast, good.
And brutal.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I'm Wolf Brigade and Wolfpack. Wolfpack. It's a very good band, I think. And the best, I think, is This Fear, Everyday Slaughter album. I love the sound of it. I love everything about that album. It's so fucking hard. And really hard. And Discharge and Exploited, Black Flag, Bad Brains. I can sit here an hour and just repeating every band I like.
Yeah, those are all of my favorites. All of those are great bands. How about yourself?
Throw a curveball, I guess, and say High on Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Between us three. And I used to be really into punk and like hardcore and that scene. So I guess many bands there. I like it's a band called Operation or Operation in English. That's an old Swedish band from Kalmar, I think. That's really heavy, kind of like käng, but heavier, I would say. And I don't know, the Misfits is close to my heart. I really love horror punk. And I'm really into doom metal nowadays.
Nice.
Doom and sludge. Yeah. So,
electric. The first time I heard Syrgas, I was blown away. Just like when I first heard any of those bands that you mentioned, it reminded me kind of like my childhood. I'm 50. I've been around a long time. And one of the first bands I ordered a cassette from Toxic Shock Records was a band called Raw Power. And when I first heard them, I was like, oh shit. They to me reminded me of a hardcore version of Slayer. They had these fast double kicks and this relentless guitar, and that's what I feel Syrgas has. And when I first heard the first thing I've heard from you guys was Brinnandi Lik. Am I saying that correctly?
Brinnandi Lik.
Brinnandi Lik. What does that mean?
Burning corpses.
That's the first cassette that I heard from you guys. It's a 4-song tape, or actually it's 5. And I really loved it. And then after that, I started ordering. I got the 7-inch, which I'm holding up right here. And this is the most recent that you've done. Tell us about your body of work. Tell us about all the albums that you have. I know you have a couple of others, but tell us how you got started recording some of these albums.
This album has a history. It's a hard blood, sweat, and tears in this album.
Yes.
Because we have had a bass player that's on heavy drugs, and when we were repeating, we couldn't repeat with him. It was a very hard time for us.
Couldn't rehearse in months sometimes.
Yeah, and me and Freddie, we rehearsed every week, and when he came, he was. He was gone. He was not the same person. But now I talk to him, and he's on rehab, and he's calling me every day, and he's getting better. And we are still friends, no hurt feeling. So that's. And it took a long time for us to do that. 4 songs. We did 5 songs, but the last song, Död Värld, didn't fit on the 7-inch. So
one of the questions I have, because of your influence and the nature, the style of extreme music that you play now. And again, if you're into punk, if you're into hardcore, if you're into thrash metal, into death metal, you serve a whole wide range of tastes that a lot of people will love. And that's one of the reasons why I really love your band and respect it, because it's extreme. One of the things going on because of the pandemic and because of the political strife that's going on throughout, not just the United States for me, but throughout the world, it's tough all over. But I think that you kind of serve in the legacy of the exploited and discharge of lyrics that are sort of anti-establishment. Can you talk to us about what you all write lyrically?
Yes, it's a mix between anti-abolition and what you say, and yes, lyrics about war and stuff.
The song titles on the album, they talk to themselves, because Nagasaki and Hiroshima, it's about the bombs, and Snutjävel is about we hate the cops, and Mardröm is like we live in a piece of shit world right now, and that's it. Do you want to hear about Bin and the League too?
Yes.
Okay. Spela snabbare is just a song that we are playing fast. It's playing fast. It's have no meaning. It's just playing fast.
It's like a typical Motorhead lyric, basically.
Yeah.
We are Syrgas and we play fast.
It's like everybody has to consume so much nowadays that we buy so much stuff, and we get so more and more more. We in a prison. If we consume and consume, we don't have to. We can't live. We have to work all the time, and
so your message primarily is just what the strife in the world is, and you have the ability to deliver it through sort of the anger of the music.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have to work like a machine to make a living. That's the song about.
Ah, I see. Have you played outside of Sweden?
No.
I sang on stage in the UK once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Who is that with?
And Be Damned. It's like a horror punk band. I think the name is South of Salem now. I know the guys, and they brought me up on stage once when I was hanging out there.
What was that like?
It was fun. I mean, it was just random. Like they just put me on stage and let me sing. So yeah, it was fun. I mean, I will do it again, or with Syrgas or the other bands.
We can drag it up if you want.
Yeah.
We can do a.
I'll be in the green room.
Yeah. But we only have played 3 or 4 times outside, because then came the pandemic.
Right.
That's the problem.
Now, obviously, you have a pretty good following worldwide. If people like me, I mean, I'm all the way in New Mexico, which is the southwest region of the United States, and it's not that populated. It's not like New York City or LA. It's very, very, very small. But have you noticed you've been picking up a lot of momentum worldwide with people listening to Syrgas?
We are shocked that people like us. We are living like a dream.
Our intentions when we started the band was to play käng punk, and that's it.
We
Just rehearse and play for fun. and then we did the cassettes, and we was not expecting that at all.
We are not expecting at all that that we are going to on a label or something. We just did it for fun and laid out on Bandcamp, and then came Jesse and put out on the cassette, and the cassettes sold out. And then we did a 7-inch, and I'm really proud that it got that way.
Yes.
And that's a testament to working with Jesse Morell over at Blownout Media. He's done a fantastic job in a short amount of time, showcasing so many artists and signing them and distributing. And that's how I, again, got introduced to Syrgas and a few other bands that he brought into my old record store. But I still continue to order, and I still want to get more. And I hope someday to see you out here playing in the United States. I think that'd be fantastic to see your guys' live energy and power, you know, and I don't mosh anymore. I don't slam dance anymore because I'm too old. My knees are busted up, but I go out there and have a lot of fun. Tell us how you got, how you met Jesse and how you guys got signed to Blownout Media, how you started working out with him.
He write to me about, do you want to do cassette on this? Yes, of course, I said. Then he did it, and that's a short way. He only did it. I didn't think it was like a dream for me to somebody wanted to do that. So,
yeah,
how do you feel?
It was totally unexpected when he approached, and I think we all were kind of shocked when we received the cassette, and it was a very good job with the labels and all. It looks very professional. We thought we were gonna have like all the mixtape and some writing hand letter, you know.
Right.
And, but it looks really good job.
And sounds really good.
Yes.
As far as like when I listen to the 7-inch, it's really clean, but it's still underground and fuzzy and heavy where it doesn't lose any of its edge at all.
We are very proud of this Hiroshima song and Nagasaki song. I can listen to them myself and think, fuck, this is really good. I enjoy my own music, but it's a kind of egoism, or
if you don't enjoy it, I don't think anybody else would. You got to love it first, just like you got to love yourself first in order to give that out there. Have you been to the United States, or how did you have you met Jesse in person, or has it all been over the phone?
No, I've never seen his face.
Oh wow!
I didn't know his name at first. Only Merle and Mook. They call himself.
Oh, that's right.
But we imagine he's very pretty.
I've been in New York once. I was there in October 2019 to see the Misfits at Madison Square Garden. So I flew in from Sweden. And yeah, it was.
When it gets better, I'd love to see you guys play out here. There's some great New Mexico artists that you might be familiar with, like Noisier, Logical Nonsense from Santa Fe, old school. No, they're no longer together, but they were very impactful and remind me of what you all do in terms of your speed and aggression. What couple more quick questions, and I'll let you guys go. And by the way, thank you very much. I know it's like an 8-hour difference between here and Sweden. It's a pleasure to talk to you. If I had a beer, I would salute you because you guys are fantastic.
When I come home, I'm gonna drink beer.
There you go, and break out all the albums. I want to. You guys
lay down on the floor again. I'm gonna pass out again.
So what could we be expecting from you guys soon? Are you guys going to be doing some more recording for Blownout Media, and when will it come out?
We have 2 songs now. We want to do a split with another band, but we haven't found a band yet who want to do a split. Maybe we are gonna record it in maybe May.
Yeah.
May. It's 2 songs and they are really good
Nice.
because we have a good bass player and the best guitarist and the best drummer for this.
Oh, I'm only good, huh?
Yeah. I'm a little bit cocky.
Hey, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with having confidence, man. There's nothing wrong in
No, I have confidence because it's I know it's a badass album. I'm cocky. I know that, but I have to be that because I'm a punk rocker.
right, right.
But you can expect it to sound kind of like the other records, because I think we're gonna record it in the same studio that we recorded the others in, and it's a studio here in Sweden where the man who runs the studio records like Swedish country music, you can say. And we are the only punk band he ever recorded, so he probably think it sounds like shit. the more he says this won't do, we just say that's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let you go, but is there anything that you want to tell the folks on the 0 Hour Squared Classics on our YouTube page, anywhere around the world, anything about Syrgas that I didn't ask that you'd like to mention?
Expect more heavier stuff when I'm in the band now. That's what I'm saying.
Nice.
What is it?
Expect faster drummer, more BPM.
Nice.
Expect music.
Yes.
Expect the best guitarist and the best solos, the best D-beat drummer, and the best bass player.
Thank you.
And decent.
Well, once
Thank
again,
you, Mike.
this is Syrgas. Thank you, Peter. And I know you and I have been talking quite a bit back and forth, and I want to stay in touch with you. We'll do it again. We'll do another interview when you get ready to put out more music. We'll just stay in touch. But it's been an honor and a privilege, again, to talk to you all the way from Sweden. That's very, very cool. And again, I think that today's technology that we're able to do this. And again, you guys are fantastic. I appreciate it. And I hope to turn on more people to the Syrgas music and sound.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you for the bottom of my heart.
I'm going to stop. Oh, go ahead.
You're a very nice guy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So are you guys, and you guys rock. Yeah. You are la Syrgas.